Hey Jews, today we're going to look at this video I came across. These are two Arab guys, I guess, and they're talking about how Jewish women cover their heads with wigs. And I want to tie this into a larger discussion that I've presented in several of my videos regarding the wise and understanding nation of Israel. We have the wisdom in the Torah. And how we have basically been hijacked, the nation of Israel, we've been hijacked by a Goy Neval, a not a wise and understanding nation, a foolish nation, a nation bereft of counsel. We're going to look a little bit also at Dvarim in the Song of Hazinu. When we look at the nation of Israel today, especially, let's just say Israelis, okay, the anti-Torah Zionist state of Israel. This is not a wise and an understanding nation. Where all around us, the nations say, wow, that's a wise and understanding nation, the holy nation of God. But rather, we are the scorn of all around us. And when we look at what's happening in Judaism on all different levels of all the different cults that were excommunicated and all the different plurality of ways that people feel comfortable within their own understanding to express their Judaism, instead of just following the laws of the Torah and trying to obtain a higher level of purity, higher level of consciousness. Instead of going in the straight path, there's a whole bunch of new different things that are vexing to God. So again, we've put a lot of emphasis, I put a lot of emphasis on in my classes, my videos, about being wise. We have to understand that a lot of the leaders at this time, the end times, are leading us astray, and we can see that. We should be able to see that they are devoid of wisdom and understanding. So let's take a look at this video, and then we will continue to discuss.
Bro.
Really?
You don't know that?
You know what's so funny though is how Jewish women are given the same commandment from the same God about covering your hair, and they just shave their heads and wear a wig to get around
They shave their heads, okay, and put a wig on with real hair, because it's made out of real hair. And by doing this, they think it's a loophole to not have to cover. They think that they're fooling God. I am going to shave my head and put a wig with real hair on, and I have God. I covered. I didn't keep my hair. I just wore the hair of some Indian lady that sacrificed her hair at a temple. They cleaned it a little bit, dyed it, and I'm wearing real hair. But I'm gonna fool you.
But it's not mine.
You're not fooling God, bro. Wearing wig.
So the wigs are just one example of the ways that, I mean, it's almost laughable if it wasn't so sad. It's like there are specific reasons why it's important for a woman to be modest, and it's to her benefit. And there's no wisdom. People don't know why we're doing things anymore, which is why I have made several videos exposing this. I want to talk about this. We have to fix some of these things. We're not a wise and understanding nation at this point. We are a bunch of spiritual orphans with no spiritual leadership. But all it would take would be for all of us to become chachamim, smart and wise, and understanding ourselves. I've done many different videos about the fact that it's not a cultish type of religion. And in fact, it's incorrect to think of Judaism as a religion, as the Rambam tells us in Yesodei Torah. I have several different videos. It's our inheritance is this knowledge. Our inheritance is understanding reality properly with the spiritual information, which is encoded in the Torah. Now, that's why you have to use your intellect, also says the Rambam, in order to penetrate the spiritual information. And in order to do that, you have to have a fear of God, says King David and King Solomon. Again, I have done so many different videos on this. It's not okay for us to blindly follow anyone right now. We see a lot of the cults around people. This was excommunicated for a reason. We have to become the holy nation. The holy nation is a wise and understanding nation. And all of the other nations look at us and say, wow, that's a wise and understanding nation. But that's not what's happening in our reality, and we can understand this. So the point of living by the laws of the Torah are to achieve a higher level of consciousness and a connection with the Creator, with God, that makes us a holy nation, and not to fulfill social obligations blindly. We don't know the reason we're doing anything. We're not even doing them right at this point for the most part, and not to become enslaved in some sort of cult that's been excommunicated. Rather, understand the excommunications, understand our reality properly, and have insight into our future. And each one of us, Jews, we have to learn the Torah. We have to connect our conscious minds and our intellects to the Torah. This is objective reality. This is the level of the measure where we say, what's going on. And that's why we don't try to find loopholes in God's wisdom, in the law that he gave us, in order to bend Judaism and bend the rules to our level of comfort. But rather try to understand why these rules are good for us, why these rules perfect us, and try to understand what we're doing. God created the reality with wisdom and with understanding, which is the spiritual part of the reality, which we can learn in the Torah. Again, so we're not trying to bend the rules. Like, even if we take a look now and understand the anti-Torah Zionist state of Israel, and even all of the things that happen with the mortgages, with the heter iska, with the, rebate, we can't be a Goy Neval, which is just living our lives like all of the other 70 nations, but just kosherize it a little bit. So have a state, a modern state, which in every single way is Goyish. And then have like a Rav Rashi of this anti-Torah Goyish state to kosherize it a little bit. That's Goy Neval. That shows a lack of understanding and a lack of wisdom. Because each one of us has to become wise. We can do that, each one of us, by learning Torah and practicing Judaism, trying to understand everything that we're doing. And we know that there are 4 different levels to the Torah, including the Sod, including the secret part of the Torah, which is just a deeper understanding. Okay, so we need to, all of us, understand this, become a wise and understanding nation, and we will see, Bezrat Hashem, this translated into a better reality for everyone, for the entire world. When Israel will become a nation of wise and understanding people, of holy nation, there will be peace.